Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. We're in the midst of doing a lot of stuff over here. We've got actually several projects going on at one time. Turns out that several people got a hold of me and they want signs made, which are, I don't do a lot of signs anymore, but at Christmas time I always have a few people that have bought signs years past, since I've been doing it forever. Anyway, so I've been super busy, but this is going to be the first video of the Darrin Smith Minions Christmas Santa Exchange.
Partner person.
Yeah, partner person. Something like that. Anyway, so Darrin Smith and I are making signs for each other, and I want to get started on that today. Finally. So here's what we got. I've got a lot of different kinds of pieces of wood laying around. But this is, I don't get a chance to use this stuff very much. This is some walnut that I picked up down in Phoenix. Gosh, it's been a year and a half ago, something like that. Our good friend Sadie with the Awesome Orange found this. It was kind of an estate sale, and they had a whole garage full of all kinds of different things, tools and wood, and I wish I'd have bought more now. Isn't that always the case? But I bought some pieces of walnut, and this stuff is super old. I don't know how old it is, but it's full dimensional lumber, rough, and I think these are, somewhere around 13 inches wide, which is, 12 and a half, and I think the other one was like 13. Yeah. Anyway, so I went ahead and I used a piece of this. I chopped off a piece off the end, and I milled it down, and this is what we've got. So this is going to be the beginning of the sign. I really like walnut. It's super hard, but it smells amazing when you're cutting it. I love it. So, but what we have to do, so I trimmed it down, cut it, and milled it down. It's a little over an inch thick. I think it's about an inch and an eighth thick after I milled it down. But now we've got to fill these holes. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I think it's different than I've done before. I am going to use this 5-minute epoxy. This is just one I picked up down at Lowe's or Home Depot. I can't remember. Have I done this on camera before?
I don't know.
I can't remember. But I have used this stuff before, but I don't know whether I've done it on camera. So this is, I've used about half of the tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of this and sawdust to do my fill. Now the thing about this is it's about 5 minutes or less of work time. So you got to have everything set up. So I've got this sawdust that we've used for fill before, but this isn't really fine. This I think came actually out of the sander. This is like a powder, so I want to use this so it's not quite so coarse. So here's what we're going to do. Now you've got to make sure that you've got a fairly even mix distribution here. So, and why is that not? Probably going to, yeah, that's coming out pretty even. Sometimes there'll be an air bubble in there, but I think that's actually pretty even. Let's put the cap back on there. Now we got to mix that up. Gosh, I hope this comes out the way I think it will. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Actually, I might have to do some more, but this is even if I have to do some more off camera. I want to show you guys kind of how this works. So we learned the idea of mixing sawdust and epoxy resin from our buddy over in Las Vegas, Andrew. Normally we use like a two-part resin, like the Total Boat or something like that, and mix it with sawdust. But I wanted to try the 5-minute epoxy and see how that worked. So what we're looking for is we're looking to create a paste. So, oh man, I need more than that. Okay. Wow. There, now we got some. All right, so let's just mix that up, see how that works out. So we want to create a paste, and the idea behind this, mixing the sawdust, and this is sawdust, I'm not sure what it's off of, but the colors seem to really match the walnut pretty well, or it looked like it did. So I'm creating a paste, and by creating a thick paste like this, then you don't have to worry about the resin falling all the way down in the hole, because it will just fill it from the top down and not really fill it. Even if it's hollow inside, doesn't really matter. That actually feels like it's pretty good.
Fly, go away.
Huh?
Fly is buzzing in my ear.
Get this out of the way. So we only have really those three places. But see how it's thick enough that it doesn't just fall down in the hole.
Whew, that stuff's strong.
Yeah, it's pretty strong stuff. So it says it's about 5 minutes cure time. But so here's what I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Now I have, fortunately, I've already filled these holes from the other side.
Ouch, you want holes up or down?
Nails down. Nails down. So you can see these have been setting for, I don't know, a couple hours, something like that. I guess you could have done it after 5 minutes, but I let it set for a couple hours. They were sticky for a while. Now they seem pretty good. This one I actually already sanded off, but I'm going to go ahead now and sand these other two off and see how they look. And then that way it will give you guys an idea of the before and after kind of thing. So I've got my 60 grit disc on here. Let's see what it looks like. Now we'll just hit it with the random orbital, the 120 random orbital. Sands off really well. I wish it was a little better match than that. I thought it would be. On this one over here, blended in perfect. I wish it was a little bit better match. But we'll see. That is the back side. This is going to be the front side. Once this dries, then we'll sand that off. We'll sand these off, and then we will come back and we'll start the layout process. I'll show you guys kind of what we have in mind for a layout for Darrin's sign. So stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, boys and girls, here we go. So I went ahead and did, I sanded off my fills, and they're kind of in an awkward place. We got one here and one here, but I'm going to hope for the best. And then I did my layout, obviously. Now I did the freezer paper transfer layout, but you guys have seen me do that so many times that in fact I'll put across the screen right now, in case you haven't seen me do the freezer paper. I'll put a couple videos that you can go see to see how I actually did the transfer on this. So I had to go and kind of clean it up a little bit and kind of mark it a little bit better, because it didn't transfer really dark on this dark board. And you can see I've actually put a coat of clear over the layout because I didn't want this stuff to rub off on my hands. So that's the reason it's even darker yet. So anyway, let's get to it. I'm going to start carving the detail in this area and in here, especially the caduceus here. I'm going to carve that first, and I'm going to use the carving liner bit. So let me get set up here. I'm going to keep my beanie cap on because it is chilly for Arizona, which means it's dropped down clear into the 70s. No, actually it's probably in the 50s today, I would think. So actually, yeah, I'm going to do this detail here, and then probably these letters, because that's some pretty narrow stuff. And then I'm going to jump over to the bunny rabbit. Oh, you guys haven't even seen this layout. That's the first time they've seen the layout.
Oh.
Yeah, the layout. So this is what we decided to go with for Darrin. Darrin is, in case you guys... Huh?
Hold it up. It's got a glare.
Darrin, in case you guys didn't know, he raises rabbits. He loves camping. He's a Second Amendment enthusiast. And he happens to be a nurse. So we tried to encompass all of that on one sign. Yeah, everything on one sign. So that's how we came up with this layout. I thought maybe I better explain that. People are probably wondering what the... All right, so let's... I have got my carving liner in, and I don't know, I'm set at probably about 1/8 of an inch. I might have to back that off a little bit. So, and I'm using the Bosch Colt 125. You looking good over there? Ready? All right. So on all of this stuff, I'm going to carve the black away. I'm going to make everything inset. Here we go. Okay, guys, I want to draw those in a little bit. Those lines really faded on me. So I'm going to come right back. We're going to shut the camera down. I'm going to come right back. I really need to draw those lines in there. I don't want to guess on those. So we'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and drew those whiskers in there. That's just there's just no room for error there, so I really wanted to have definitive lines to go by. So let's see if I can pull it off. Here we go. Okay, guys, yeah, I think that's all that I can see right now that I need to do with the carving liner bit. So I'm going to shut the camera off, come back with the profile bit, and we got a lot of work to do with the profile bit. So we'll be right back. Okay, so the next most difficult thing, I think I want to get this the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty done here. And in case you guys didn't know, I'm keeping a printout of exactly what it looks like next to me. That's something that I think is always a good thing to have, is a printout. So if there's any questions, you can look back to the original. All right, let's see if we can get this done. I've done quite a bit of detail on camera. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Actually, yeah, I'm going to finish the rest of this detail up on here. And then I'm going to come back off camera. I'm going to do that off camera. Then when I come back, we'll do this straight box here, and we'll get this cut. I've got to go in and open up these lines too. So anyway, I'm going to finish this rest of this America off camera, and then I'll come back and finish these up. Okay, guys. So I've got. Hi, Mag. I've got.
Mag, no.
No. Yes, I know it's getting cold, huh? So I've got most of those details.
Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh.
Crusty nose. I try to wipe that off, but he doesn't like it when I mess with his nose. Anyway. Yes, Mag.
All right.
All right. I got to get to work. I got to work, Mag. So I am going to cut this box. That's a part, the last part that makes me a little bit nervous. I want to get that box cut there. So I'm making that box actually outset. I'm going to cut to the outside of the line, which you guys will see in a minute. All right, Mag. I got to work, buddy. All right. Pick a spot. Lay down. Here we go. Oh, let me turn that around. That better? Okay, so let me explain my process here. Because this box is going to be outset, I can make this line bigger on the outside all the way around. I knew that I was going to be able to hold a fairly good line going cross grain, but going with the grain, I knew that was going to be my real issue because this stuff is pretty hard. So what I decided to do, go shallow first. Now I'm going to set the cutter a little bit deeper, and I'm going to cut that line again. But again, knowing that this box is outset, that gives me a little room to play with. You can see I went offline a little bit right here, but hopefully I can touch that up. And you saw me turn the board so that these lines I'm pulling toward me, that's where you have the best control, is pulling toward you. All right, let's see if I can do this. That looks pretty decent. I'm not unhappy with that. So my philosophy on this, guys, I was just remembering back. I do a lot of that when I'm carving. Remembering back the first few years I started carving, stuff like this would drive me nuts. If I saw any kind of imperfection in there at all, and I still strive for not having any bobbles in there at all. But I can remember for the first few years, I would set up and I would clamp a straight edge on all four sides of there. I literally would use a straight edge and some kind of a fence to cut that straight line. After a few, I don't know, after about 5, 6, 7 years, I decided that, you know what, that just takes too long. I better learn to try and do it the best I can freehand, and that's what I've been going with ever since. Anyway, all right, so let's jump over here. Yeah, all I'm going to do is just cut this outside box. It's actually going to be pretty simple. I think most of my hard stuff is done. Of course, famous last words. Probably run into something now, but I think let's get this big fat line done around here. I know we're going long on this video, so I think I'm going to close this video out right here, come back on a second video. We should be able to get the rest of the carving done on the next video. I've got all of the hard detail stuff done here. Now I've just got to open up some of these lines, get these letters done, do the outside of the trailer, and move on to the background part. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Darrin, by the time you see this video, hopefully you'll have the sign. That's kind of the plan. So again, thanks for watching, guys. We love you. And if you would, please share this video. Please give us a like. Please comment on YouTube, even if it's a one-word comment on your critique of what I'm doing here. That would be great, and because that helps us get more viewers, and YouTube knows people like the content. So that is it. If you have any questions, eric@makeawoodsign.com. If you need any supplies, there's the website. Thanks, guys. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.